with apologies and confirmation of agenda. So we are confirming that the meeting will conclude by 1 p.m, if not before. Are there any apologies? I've received one from Peter Shepherd, Taupo Protection Trust Board. Are there any others?
Through you, Chair. No, there are no others.
Thanks, James. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
Nope. Not from me.
No. Okay, thank you. Can I have a mover for the agenda, please?
I'll do it. Katarana.
Second, Katarina, thank you very much. Just moving that the agenda be accepted for today. Those in favour? Anyone against? Carried. Are there any disclosures of interest that need to be noted for this meeting? No, thank you. Moving on to item 4, confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting. Can I please have somebody move the recommendation to accept those minutes as a true and accurate record? Thank you, Councillor Williamson. Seconded.
Lorena.
I can.
Thank you, Lorena. Is there any discussion on the minutes? No, I'll put forward the motion that those minutes be accepted as a true and accurate record. Those in favour? Anyone against? Carried. Okay, we've got a report on the monitoring plan. We have either John Palmer or Brent Sinclair to present the report.
Yes, John Palmer here. Good morning, everybody. I am actually just having trouble locating the report. If you could just be with me for a second. Right, so I've got it now. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Right, so as always, we've completed the monitoring for the last financial year. So the year of the monitoring has been completed for is the 2021 year. As we know, all monitoring is done retrospectively because we require information to be sent in after the end of the financial year from farmers detailing confirmed financial accounts and all the other necessary information to ensure that they are in compliance with their nitrogen management plan. So that was has been completed. We actually employed Jackie Bolton as well. Nick Schuler was still involved at the time as an employee, but we also after his departure employed Jackie Bolton to undertake that function, and she's really experienced, and it was good to have her back, just making sure that the reporting has been completed. And then so the key point is being that of the 23 properties monitored to date for that year have been found to have operated within the specified NMP. Which is good, and we didn't expect that there would be any movement from that, considering the constraints that farmers have faced in the last few years in the Taupo catchment, especially regarding to unusually dry summer weather conditions. So in the report, there's a table there that gives an overview of the monitoring and what's been completed for the 20 and 21 year. It's still yeah, all the LTPT properties have been monitored, but for the other properties in the Taupo catchment, it's still an ongoing work in progress. But we haven't highlighted or discovered any things that we would be uncomfortable about in terms of compliance with the rules and with individual resource consents. That's a pretty brief rundown of our findings, but I'd welcome any questions.
Thank you, John. I appreciate the time and effort that's gone into your report. Heather, you have a question?
Yeah, just a quick question. So when you said it's 23 properties monitored to date for compliance,
Yep.
and just sort of looking at the table below that, so does that mean 22 properties are the Lake Taupo Protection Trust properties, and there's just been one other one done? Is that right? Am I reading that correctly?
Sorry, the way that I'm reading it is that there are 23 properties associated with the Lake Taupo Protection Trust, and they have all been monitored.
Right.
And there is ongoing monitoring for all the other properties in Taupo catchment, especially the
Okay.
high priority ones. So the ones that are operating closer to the end cap compared with others, they're obviously given a high priority, so they would be monitored first. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so can I just ask a supplementary question to that then? And that's
Yeah.
just from that table where it talks about so it's got monitoring of LTPT properties for previous. Oh,
Sorry,
so
Kathy, could you please repeat
yeah,
that?
so where it's got in the
Missed that.
table, from previous years, monitoring of LTPT properties, it's
Yep.
got 22 of them. So is there an additional one since then?
That's a very good point, because I'm just looking at the overview paragraph as well. I would assume that you're probably quite right in thinking that there are 22 properties.
Right.
Yeah, and there's been one other monitored, and the rest is still ongoing for that financial year. So you probably have read that correctly, Kathy.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Sorry,
Thanks for that
I'm not completely
clarification.
up to date because I'm sort of reporting on behalf of Brent and Jackie's work. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. I saw
Not
that
a
it was the report was from Brent, so I thought you were probably filling in for him. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. Are there any other questions or comments? I'll assume your hand's down now, Kathy.
Yes, it is. There's just a bit of a delay here.
That's fine. Thank you. I'm going to read that. Go through. We have a recommendation here that the report be received. Sorry.
Yes, the report be received.
I'll move.
Thank you. And seconder, Tom? Those in favour? Anyone against? Carried. Moving now to item 6 on the agenda, the Lake Taupo Protection Trust Budget financial year ended June 2022. And we've got either Mr. Stent or Ms. Peck to present the report.
We go. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm happy to talk to this matter. The budget is as presented, and happy to take any questions. As highlighted in the report, there are some provisional costings in there that have to date not accrued for payment. Probably the most significant of those, which has been carried forward for a while now, is some winding up estimates, which are a good guess based on figures that we've received from Deloitte and from our solicitor, but they are just there as a guide.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments that anyone has regarding the report? Okay, could I have someone move that the report, the Lake Taupo Protection Trust Budget financial year ended 30 June 2023 be received, and that the Lake Taupo Protection Trust Budget for financial year ended 30 June. Oh, they read the same. Sorry, can I have someone move that, please?
I'll move it.
Thanks, Lorena. And a seconder? Thank you. Those in favour? Anyone against? Carried. Item 7, the Lake Taupo Protection Trust Notice of AGM. I'll hand over again to you, Mr. Seth.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, that time of year has rolled around again. And we are going to hold our AGM Monday week, 29th, at Manuel's. The meeting is going to be a physical and Zoom meeting to accommodate some of our attendees. But the notice is there. We welcome any attendees. It's usually a very quick meeting.
Indeed, indeed. I will do my. Please move that the report Lake Taupo Protection Trust Notice of AGM be received and that the letter be accepted by the Joint Committee for information. Thanks, Tonganui, and seconded Lorena. Thank you. Those in favour? Anyone against? Carried. Moving to item 8. We are moving into exclusion of the public. Can I have someone move that we move into?
I'll move.
Thank you, Kathy. Seconder. Councillor Williamson. Those in favour? Anyone against? Carried. We'll just take a couple of minutes to